Hey there, Abiding fam, and welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. Today we are doing the second installation of my new bullet journal weekly layout series, in which every month I'll be creating a weekly layout with you guys in under 10 minutes. Last time I did it in real time, and I'm planning on doing that again, but first I wanted to show you the overview of what we'll be creating together, so I'm just doing this really great sped up version so that you can see the basics of what we'll be doing, and then we'll slow it down together so that we can create it in real time so that you can follow along very easily. If you haven't already seen my February bullet journal setup, then I would highly encourage you to check that out. I did a cafe theme for this month and I am loving it, and I decided to, of course, carry that out in this weekly. So for this spread, you're going to need a ruler, a Pigma micron pen, and I was using size 0.03, I believe, for this spread. I also used my Tombow Fudenosuke pen in the hard nib, as well as these 3 pens from Tombow. These are the dual brush pens in the pastel set. And then obviously the showstopper of this entry is these really fun stickers. These I got on wish.com. They are little coffee stickers with different just coffee related images, and I love them so much. But of course you can use any stickers you want, and you can switch up the pens that you're using. You don't have to follow my exact formula for what I used, but you can have fun with it and follow the basic layout, but really make it your own by using your own tools that you already have. So like I said, I'm using these stickers and I'm just kind of taking my time to lay them out and figure out what order I want them in. I tried to mix it up so that I didn't have, for example, 2 coffee cups right next to each other. So right now, as you can see, I have it so that there are 3 coffee cups in a row, and I wanted to mix that up. So I just kind of rearranged them until I felt like there was just a good visual aesthetic in the fact that there wasn't a lot of repetition one after another. And then these are the kind of stickers where they just come with sticker backs, so you just have to peel those off, which probably took a good portion of my 10 minutes to do this entry, was just peeling off those sticker backs. So if you want an even faster spread, I would recommend using just a sticker sheet and using stickers from that. Another fun thing you can do is just draw, so do a little doodle above each of the days of the week. If you're doing a cafe theme, for example, I might have done different coffee cups above each of these, and that would have been a really cute thing to do, and I could have colored them different colors within my theme. So you definitely don't have to use stickers, but I know for me personally, stickers is just a really easy way to get something colorful and fun on the page without too much effort. I don't have any thought that goes into it. I just have to pick a sticker and slap it down. Maybe have to spend some time peeling off a back, but otherwise it's a really fast and efficient way to do a weekly spread. So definitely don't shy away from using those sorts of elements in your bullet journal as well. I think a lot of times bullet journals seem to be like you're only allowed to use pen in them. You see other people create spreads and it's a lot of pens and markers and doodles, and you know, people sometimes bring in washi tape, but you don't see a ton of stickers in a lot of people's bullet journals, and that's an area where I like to deviate. I love using stickers in my bullet journal, and in that way I kind of mesh the I kind of mesh the planning world with the bullet journal world, so it works out really well for me. And like I said, I just think stickers are the easiest tool in our creator's tool belt to make something really pretty very easily. So I just put those 6 across the top, and I did not measure anything when doing this, so I would just recommend for this kind of spread, because we're not creating boxes or anything like that, like I did in my previous spread that I did for January, which I'll link for you guys if you want to check out that. But for this one, we are just using the headers, and these stickers are acting kind of like a header as well to indicate where our to-do list will go, and that's our way of dividing up the page. And because of that, you don't have to be as strict with measurements. You can kind of just eyeball it with spacing out your stickers or doodles, however you want to do this, evenly across the top of the page. And you can see that I left a little bit of margin at the top. That's where I'm going to write out February, as you saw in the sped up version. So I left myself 4 dot spaces there for me to write that before putting down my stickers. So that's something to keep in mind as well as you're placing them down. And then obviously I'm going in with my Tombow Fudenosuke hard nib pen, but you can use whatever pen you like to write in the days of the week headers. And for this, I'm just using the first letter of the days of the week for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. And I love this look. I think it's a really good minimalistic look to not write out the whole word, because you know what they mean, right? And you know what days and what order it goes in. So it's not really necessary to always be writing out the full words, but this indicates it enough for me that I know that I'm working on Monday when I'm writing under the M, and I like how fast it is to just write out one letter versus a whole word. And then, of course, as I said, I'm going in with now my Tombow pen in this pretty light pink color to write out February, and I'm switching up the fonts. So whereas I used a fun brush lettering cursive font for the days of the week, I'm now using a nice bold print font to write out February. And then one other thing I wanted to mention about the way that I've set up this weekly is you can see obviously that I did Saturday and Sunday as a stacked set of little individual days over on the right, and that is because I typically like to keep my Saturdays and Sundays less busy with productivity and to-do lists. Sometimes I'll have events to write in because I really like those days to be more focused on connecting with my family and with Ben and just spending time together and making that more about the quality life moments that really are ultimately what matter. And then the week is more of the what do I want to get done, how do I want to achieve my goals, etc. So that's why I'm okay having less space for my Saturday and Sunday. But if you like more space, you might want to think about how you lay out your different days so that you give yourself ample space for the days where you're going to have the longer to-do list. Now I'm going in with my micron pen and I'm doing a nice elongated cursive February over that bold print in a tinier font, and it just adds a little something. And you can see that I do the individual letters over the existing letter so that it kind of acts as a shadow backdrop for it. So I really liked the way that was. I always have to flip back to the page before to know what date I'm on, so that's what I was doing there. And then I was debating whether I wanted to just write out the numbers in the pen or if I wanted to do a backdrop of the color that I would then write the numerical days over it. And I decided to go with the backdrop, so I'm alternating colors for each of the days. So I'm going in with this nice pretty lavender color and just making little circles really quick. And then I'm going to alternate that with this pretty mint green, since these are the colors that I used in my other setups for February. So I'm just kind of trying to use these to tie it all together. And then over those little circles is where I'm going to write the individual numbers for the obvious days of each of those dailies. So yeah, pretty straightforward. You guys can go ahead and write those in. And this page could be done right now if you wanted it to, if that was good for you. If you wanted a ton of space to have to write out to-do lists for your days of the work week, you could do that and just leave it as is. But I wanted to have a little space that I could throw in some notes as well. I always like to add an additional little section to my weeklies. Sometimes that's meal planning, sometimes notes that's a sleep tracker. It just kind of varies. But this time I thought I would keep it really simple and just throw in a notes section. So I'm just drawing 2 lines using, once again, those same colors just to carry out that same visual motif throughout. And so this is just an easy way to divide up the page, just doing those 2 lines in those different colors. It just makes it a little bit more visually interesting, but it didn't take any more extra work, obviously, to do that. And then under that, I'm going to once again use the Tombow Furinussuki hard nib to write out notes. And I do have a video on how to brush letter for beginners if you're interested in learning more about that. It is an older video, so you'll have to excuse the quality of it a little bit, but I think there are some really great tips in that video for you. So since I saw that I had 48 seconds left on the clock, I decided to go in and just throw in a little bit of drop shadow to bring in that pink one more time there at the bottom in the notes, and I thought it was a nice finishing touch. And that is all for this weekly spread. Super easy. And as you're going to see, I actually finished this one with a little bit of time to spare, and I could have really stopped earlier on, but I wanted to, just add on a little bit more, use the full 10 minutes, but there's the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this weekly layout. Let me know in the comments if you were following along, whether that was creating the same spread as me with your own supplies or doing your own thing. I'd love to hear about your process in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you in future videos. Until next time, guys, I hope your day is full of abiding joy, love, and of course, creativity.